When I sailed under a captain grand, a man of might and main, if he had gestured out his hand, we'd have lit the sea aflame. With a single word and a prideful stance, he could set a ship aright. But still we'd hardly understand what he would shout at night. He'd say, "Hey ho, men, we'll go and tie all the bowlines taut, else high on the cliffside where lightning strikes, I fear I'll meet her not." So as we sailed on the ocean wide, his trust then I did earn. For years I stood there at his side, and ever did I learn. From gunner up to his first mate, I worked with sweat and blood. And still whene'er the hour grew late, through hail or through mud, he'd say, "Hey ho, men, we'll go and tie all the bowlines taut, else high on the cliffside where lightning strikes, I fear I'll meet her not." When 20 years had come and gone, the captain soon to die, then down beside the curtains drawn, his deathbed there knelt I. He took my hand and there conferred his ranks and titles then, and when a quiet hush was heard, he mumbled out again, "Hey ho, son, I'll go, so tie all the bowlines taut, for high on the cliffside where lightning strikes, I know I'll meet her not." And after all those years at sea, the question boiled high. My ignorance, it mastered me to ask as he did lie, "What means this thing you always shout? The men we all know not. Why do you yell and toss about this phrase to keep the bowlines taut? Why say, 'Hey ho, men, we'll go and tie all the bowlines taut, else high on the cliffside where lightning strikes, I fear I'll meet her not?'" My captain chuckled long and low, although his strength it failed. He promised that before he'd go, he'd tell me one last tale. So up he sat and spoke in tones that shook my very soul. The waves they broke upon the stones as this last tale he told. When but a lad he lived up coast, a town upon a cliff. To reach his father's fishing boat, he'd take an ancient lift. And every day his father cried to signal up the ropes. To lift the platform up its side, he shouted full of hope. He'd cry, "Hey ho, men, we'll go and tie all the bowlines taut, else high on the cliffside where lightning strikes, I fear I'll meet her not." His mother in the years before had watched amidst a storm, but when his father came to shore, the violent lightning tore. The captain's eyes, they hovered here as he explained the end. For after 27 years to the woman he loved, it happened again. So we'd say, "Hey ho, men, we'll go and tie all the bowlines taut, else high on the cliffside where lightning strikes, I fear I'll meet her not." The captain captain now he laid to rest the burden of his heart. But now with hot lead in my chest, our sails I had to chart. We buried him beneath the rocks, beside his mother and love. So when the sun sets on those docks, I shout to heaven above. I'll say, hey ho, men, we'll go and tie all the bowlines taut. Else high on the cliffside where lightning strikes, I fear he'll meet her not. Hey ho, men, we'll go and tie all the bowlines taut. Else high on the cliffside where lightning strikes, I fear he'll meet her not.